Hi, good morning. We're going to work on another activity for the month of June, and it could be for somebody in your family. It could be for Father's Day, it could be for graduation. It's up to you. Just remember that at any time you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause the video so that you are working at your own pace. Your own pace. All right. Now, we are going to create a design that involves a heart. All right. Now let me show you my sample. Here's my sample, and on this one I wrote dad, but it could say grad, or it could have somebody's name or somebody's initial inside. All right. And to make this, the first thing we need to do is we're going to fold our paper. Let me go this way so it's like a book. Fold your paper like a book. I'm going to fold it in half, matching up my corners the best that I can. Hold this down, crease that so that you get a nice crisp crease. All right. And then what I'm going to do is on the spine side, it opens on this side, I'm going to come about here, and I am going to draw a curved line that comes up and around, and then I'm going to bring it back to the spine. All right. Now, if you have a pair of scissors, you can go ahead and cut it out. If you don't have a pair of scissors, you can always just use your fingers, your hands. And I'll show you how I like to do this. Now, let's see. I'm going to start here just because it's easier for me to hold it. If it's easier for you to hold it here, hold it there. Now, I'm going to keep my fingers very close together. And then what I'm going to do is right on the line, I'm going to slowly, I'm not going to do this fast, I'm going to do this very slowly. I'm going to tear on the line, slow and steady. All right, slow and steady definitely wins the race on this one. Okay, and it's important to keep both your hands with your two sets of fingers close together so that you're controlling the tear. All right, if you go off the line a little bit, that's all right. We're just trying to get a shape that looks like it resembles a heart. It doesn't need to be a perfect heart shape. Okay, so slow and steady, bringing this around, little teeny tiny short little tears with control. Okay, so once I have that, there's my extra piece. I'm going to set that aside. You might want to save it to do something else with it. It's up to you. And here is my heart. All right, so I have a heart, and I really kind of like this organic edge. All right, I think it's a little more interesting than just a scissor cut. Now, because I have the lines where I traced half of the heart so that I could get a full heart on the line of symmetry, I don't want this to show, so I'm going to flip it over. All right, and just to help me out, I'm going to fold it back the other way for a moment so that it'll help it stay down a little flatter for me. Okay, so there's my heart. And then the next thing that I did is I need something to draw with that can help me draw some straight lines. All right, and if we look at this piece, I want to look at the shape that I drew inside. Right, it looks like a superhero symbol, and count the sides to this shape. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So that makes it a pentagon. So this is a pentagon shape, and I want to show you how to draw that. So what we need to do is down here at the bottom, right on my line of symmetry, where the heart is divided in half equally on both sides, I'm going to take my straight edge. I'm going to turn the heart a little bit so it's a little easier for me. And starting at the spine, I am going to draw a straight line almost to the end of my heart, and then I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm going to do, oops, I missed the spine a little, the fold, the line of symmetry a little bit. So I need to go back and make that line a little longer. So make sure you always go back and check your work. All right. Okay, that's better. Now, another little there. Now we're going to make it symmetric. We're going to make another line on the opposite side. So I'm going to turn my heart. And again, I'm going to take this straight edge. I'm going to line it up to the end of my straight line that I drew. And I want to, for the best that I can, I want to try to keep this straight edge equal distance from the side of my heart so that it's not off like something like this. I don't want it like that, and I don't want it going off and making this triangle shape. I want to have space that goes all the way along to give a border around the outside of this pentagon shape that I'm creating. And then from right here, I'm going to go ahead, trace that up. It's important to hold it down so it doesn't slip and slide. Now, I'll hide that later. Now, looking at this, it's just about the same, but I think, looking at it, let me see. This one is that long. And this one, yep. I actually thought this one was longer, and the other one was shorter. Sometimes your eyes play tricks on you. This one's much longer, so I'm going to measure. I'm going to make a mark because I want them to be as close to the same length as possible. All right. Now, if I had a ruler, it would have numbers, and I'd be able to see the actual length and not have to mark on my straight edge, but I don't. Okay, now, next. So we have two sides of the pentagon. And pentagons have 5 sides, so that means we have how many more to go? Right? We have 3 more. All right, so next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put my straight edge so that I have even amount of space on both sides. And if you have a ruler, this would be a good time to decide to measure a few inches. All right. Let's see, that looks about right. And again, you can go and measure it. This one is this length. This one, just a little bit longer on this side. Okay, so now they're about the same. They're close to being symmetric, the same on both sides. And then what I'm going to do is at the end of each one of these, I'll go ahead and put an end point at the end of these segments and put an end point at the end of these so that they are actually line segments. And then, I'm going to flip this over so I'm not so confused with the measuring. I'm going to connect the dots, connect the end points. And there I have my 4th side. I have one more side to go. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to connect these 2 points. All right. And now I have the pentagon shape in the middle. All right. And some people say it looks like a diamond, like a baseball diamond, but it is the shape, even though we use this shape for a baseball diamond, it is a pentagon because it has 5 sides. All right. Now, then the next thing is you can decide whose name you're going to write in the space. Now, what I like to do is, since I'm trying to keep it somewhat symmetric, I'm not going to be able to completely make it symmetric, but I'm going to do my best to make things as even as possible. I'm going to show you with the word dad. Okay, and you may not want to write the word dad, and that's fine. It's up to you. So I'm going to make those 2 lines. I'm going to cross them, and there's my A. All right. And then from there, I am going to what? I am going to take this up and come around and make a D. And then I'm going to do something similar on this side. So let's see, my D started about here. I'll come over here, and it's going to come up. It's going to come around, follow this line, and I'm going to bring it down and over. And so I have Dad written here. Now, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to make these block letters. So I'm just going to draw them thicker. And I want this A to come down and meet the bottom of these D's. All right. And then here, this is the top of the cross of my A. And I'm going to start the inside of my D about here. Then I'm going to follow the curved contour of the D and come around. And there's the second one. And same thing here. I have my line for the cross of my A. I'm going to skip a little space, bring it, come up straight, follow the curved contour and around, and there I have Dad. All right. Now, it's a little messy, but I can clean that up by coming in and filling these in with whatever color I choose. Since I have black, I'm going to use black. You can use any color choices you want. You can look at a superhero symbol that you like and copy those colors. Use your favorite colors. Use the person who you're making it for. Use their favorite colors. It's completely up to you. All right, now I'm going to finish this up, and so you can see, in addition to writing somebody's name inside, you might want to put another little message up in the top parts of the heart. You might hear my cat. She's wanting some attention. All right, now I'm just going to fill this in. I'm going a little fast, so remember, you don't need to keep up with me. You can always pause anytime, and I'm doing it rather quickly, so it's not my best job. I hope you work on it much slower. Now, the other thing I did with this one is I made the border around the pentagon even thicker. I wish I would have made it thicker, but I didn't, and I didn't notice it until after I colored it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here, and I'm going to make all the space thicker. All right, and then let's see. Once I have that, then I'll come around. And again, whatever colors you want to incorporate. All right. So remember, you don't need to use a pair of scissors, but if you have them, use it. A straight edge will help, or a ruler. Since I did do some measuring today, a ruler would be helpful if you have one, but not necessary. I didn't use one. I just used my scrap piece of paper for my straight edge and made some marks on it for measuring. All right, and there we go. There's my heart with a superhero symbol in the middle. Have fun, enjoy it, and I will see you later.